It's Monday night, and that means it's time to play to save again. Out of all the games that I played last week, one in particular got so much positive feedback that I've decided I'm going to play it every week no matter what. If you haven't figured out which one it is yet, or if you missed last week's video, you're in for a real treat. It's time for Ready, Budget, Game. Welcome back to Ready Budget Go. My name is Drew, and on this channel we talk about cash budgeting, saving money, and achieving our financial goals. If that sounds like something you're interested in, please consider subscribing, hit the like button, and leave me a comment down below. I'd love to hear from you. Today, as I say, it's Monday night, and that means it's game night. I am going to play as many Savings Challenge games as it takes to save at least $100 toward my goals, and I'm going to start with Millennial Loteria. This is one that's in the rotation, and I intended to start using a randomizer this week, but so many people told me that they loved this game and that they're going to buy it for themselves that I decided I'm going to play it every week no matter what, so that we get a good variety of the different graphics, the different playing spaces, and because it's fun. So why not? So I'm going to set this aside, and I'm going to move the dice tower out of the way for now. I will be rolling a randomizer dice, D12, to pick the other games, but we're going to start with Millennial Loteria just to make sure that it gets played. So this one is like a bingo card. It has 16 different spaces on it. I have several cards. Each one of them are different. I have also a deck of cards that correspond to the different scenes or images or icons on the cards. But obviously, with this many cards on the deck, not every image is going to be on one card. So the way that I'm playing it is I am going to shuffle the cards, and I am going to keep dealing until I get a Loteria, which is 4 in a row, up and down, horizontally or diagonally. And then for each chip that I put down for a matching image, I will save $1. So I'm just going to give this one more shuffle here, and I will cut the deck, and we'll start dealing. Okay. So the first one is, it's the special one. It's El TikTok. And I do not have El TikTok, not on this card. It's a lenticular card, and it's the only one like that in the deck. The next one is El Internship, and I do have that one, so I'm going to put a chip here. El Border Wall or La Border Wall, I do not have. El Hipster, nope. La Student Debt, oh yeah, relatable. I don't have any now, but I've been there. Next is El Bird, not on this card. El Tattoo, not on this card. El Safe Space, nope. El Podcast, nope. El Coachella, I do have that one. El Manba, nope, had that last week, but not on this card. El DJ, nope. El Bad Hombre, yep, we've got that one. Still 2 away at most, or at least. El VR, yes, we have that. La Succulent, have that. Okay, so El Drone will give me a Loteria. Next is El Twitter, yep, we've got that. El Piercing, we've got that. That gave me a Loteria up and down here. So I've got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I'm going to save $8 in Loteria for this week. So let me put these cards away. We'll clear this off. Set this aside. I'll get the binder back out. And we'll go to Millennial Loteria, which is all the way in the back because it sits in number 12. I might switch it to its own envelope just because it's getting played every month and bring something else into the rotation. But for now, sitting back here is okay. I just decided after some feedback earlier today that I would play it every single week. So 5, 6, 7, and 8. And I did go through and condense this last week, and I will do the same again after game night tonight. So that's $8. This here is $100. If I go a little over, that's okay. I probably won't give myself an IOU unless it's significantly over. I'll just transfer more money. But at any rate, okay, so Millennial Loteria is done. I am not going to play it again. I'm just going to do it the once. The next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to bring out the Savings Challenge books. And of course, I didn't prepare those, so I will grab them. They're just off to the side here. I'm going to put all these chips away. There's far more chips that come with it than you need to play it as a single player. Of course, it's meant to be played with multiple people. And if you're a millennial or if you are the parent of a millennial, it's pretty funny. It's pretty irreverent. So I happen to be a millennial. I am a geriatric millennial. I just had my birthday this past Saturday. So set these to the side. And then we'll take out the books. And I'm going to start with the Zodiac book, Save with the Stars. And for this one, I am using a D12 to select which astrological sign we play, or I play. And then I am also rolling a D6 to determine which game gets played on the page. So we're going to roll the D12, and it came out a 10. I swear I didn't manipulate that. So the 10 is Capricorn, and wouldn't you know, that is my sign. So roll a D6 here, 1, which means we're scratching, and I am going to roll a D10 to determine which one we scratch. And that is the number 2. So we'll scratch this one here. And I just use a quarter with these. I have scratching tools, but I prefer the serrated edge of the coin. So let's see what we've got here. And it's going to be $5 going into the Zodiac envelope. And I might pick up the pace with this in later months if I decide to allocate more money to savings. But for now, I'm just going to do 1 per week. So we're going to put $5 into Zodiac. And then we will move on to General Greenback and the Frugality Force. That's the next one. So I'll set these to the side, and I will bring out the General, which I just had my hands on. I think he's right here. Yep. So this is the second Savings Challenge book that I put together, and this one is a superhero book. So we are on the first page where we're teaming up with General Greenback to take on Lord Larceny and his evil swindle syndicate. Each page is a different character for the most part until you get to the end, and then it culminates in a final battle, and that is something that you'll have to get the book, or there's a few channels that I sent one out to for them to enjoy, channels that I've gotten a lot of enjoyment out of, and other creators that I respect. So they have those, and some of them are playing it as well. So at any rate, we're on the first one. We are teaming up with the General, and we are trying to stop the evildoers. I am going to roll a d12 to see which one we scratch. Oops, that didn't work too well here. Let me put this back over here. And we've got number 10 again. So 4, 8, 10 would be right here. And let's see what we've got. And 10 is 10. So $10 will go into General Greenback this week. I didn't scratch it all off last week, so I'm doing a better job this week. I don't have one of those fancy hand vacuums yet, but I may need to invest in one because I don't like the the scratch stuff getting all over the inside of my envelopes, which happened with some of my other challenges last week. But at any rate, okay, we've got $10 going into the General, so I'll just bring back the binder here. That is the second envelope. If you order the Savings Challenge book, you do get the envelope with this one, along with the sticker of our hero here on the front. Okay, so I've done both books, and I've done Millennial Loteria, and now let's roll that D12 again, and let's see where we are going next. Just going to leave this up here, move this back over here. And number 11. Number 11 is the 12 Days of Christmas challenge. That one is one that I've created. Scratch off challenge. It's A6 in size. I'm using an A5 binder, which, it works. With this one, there are 12 individual, well, let me bring them out here because I'm going to need them anyway. There's 12 individual cards plus the dashboard. The dashboard is double-sided, and the whole challenge saves $500. One card for each of the 12 days of Christmas with scratch-off stickers on it. As you get further along, you get more scratch-offs until you get to the 12th day, and there's 12 scratch-offs. Also, the back sides are placeholders. You can use these in conjunction with the savings challenge as you build up the amounts. Or once the challenge is done, if you decide you don't want to do it again, you can just use these as regular placeholders, either with your sinking funds envelopes or stockpile envelopes or other challenges you're working on, or however you please. I like to give value in having a double-sided so that you're not just scratching them off and then you're done and you think, okay, well, what am I going to do with it now? Now you have placeholders as well. Okay, so that being said, I'm going to stick the dashboard back in here. The other side, I'm going to roll a d12 again, and I should mention that any of the challenges that are mine, they're available in my Etsy shop. I will leave a link down in the description. That's number 8. So the 8th day, I don't have my d8 handy, but I'll roll a d10 and we'll see what happens here. There's the 8th. And that d10 sure got stuck. And I'm probably not even in the frame with this dice tower. It's a new setup here, so getting used to it. And of course I roll a 9, so we'll try it again. A 10, we'll try it again. An 8. Okay, we'll scratch number 8. And I'm going to say the 8 is down here at the bottom right. Now I'm looking for my scratch coin. No idea what I did. Oh, it's over here. I'll get better at it as the weeks go along. So we're scratching here, and we are going to save $10 again. Okay. So we'll put that back where it goes, clean up the mess here a little bit, move these off to the side, and we'll put $10 in. So I'm using placeholder money here just because I have money allocated to the challenge already, and I will just transfer it straight into my savings account. Right now I'm working on building up my emergency fund. I've mentioned in a few videos what my goals are. After the emergency fund is complete, the next is either funding my Roth IRA or completing my rainy day fund. And then the fourth goal is a big move, and I've talked about that in other videos. If you want more information on what the big move is, look at my January budget with me or my weekly check-ins. I talk about it more on those. Okay, so we're rolling the d12 again to see where we go next. And number 12 is Millennial Loteria, which we already played. So we're going to do number 1. Number 1 is the 12 face cards. So this is another scratch-off savings challenge that I have created. It's available in the Etsy shop. I'm just going to move this to the side for a moment. And in this one, there are 12 different, this one is A5 side, there's 12 different challenges based on the different cards of the deck, face cards. There's 3 spades, obviously, 3 hearts, 3 diamonds, 3 clubs. In addition to being the face cards themselves, they also have numbers here, so you can roll a d12 to decide which one to scratch, but instead, what I am going to do is I am going to shuffle a standard deck of cards, and I am just going to keep dealing until I get a face card. I will give them a quick shuffle. I'll keep dealing until I get a face card, and then I will roll to see which one of those I actually scratch. So ace, 5, 7, 4, king of clubs. So last week we had the queen of clubs, so now we're doing her husband here. So I'm just going to put these away for now. We may need them again. So the king of clubs, which is the last one, Alexander the Great is the king of clubs, and I'm going to roll the trusty old d12 again. And number 1. So we'll get the scratcher coin, and behind number 1 we have $10. So 10 is the number of the day, which is just fine. And I apologize if I'm shaking the world. I have a new tripod that I need to get set up, which hopefully will allow me to be more stable in my recording. Okay, so this goes into envelope number 1. Like so. Put this back away for now. We'll put these away. And we'll roll that d12 again and see where we're going next. That was a 12 anyway. Number 4. Okay, I don't remember off the top of my head what number 4 is. Number 4 might be Dicetropolis. And yes, it is. So Dicetropolis is 12 different dice-based savings challenge games. These are meant to be used over and over again. So I will use a dry erase marker, and I'm going to roll a d12 and see which, well, the same d12, and we'll see which game we play today. So we'll bring this back over here. And number 2. Number 2 is Chance. So I'm just going to tuck this into the back, and I am going to get out a dry erase marker. All my markers here. I should have had one at the ready. I did last week, but not this week. And we'll just use black because it was right on top. Okay. So, in Chance, all of these, and I apologize if there's glare, all of these are a different game. So you can play one game at a time, or you can play them all at the same time using 6 rainbow dice. And I didn't get out the rainbow dice, so I am just going to play one game. And this is sort of like Shut the Box, where you are rolling each for each number, and if you roll it again, then it's game over, and you total up the numbers that are left. I have an option here where if I'm left with only like a 1 or a 2, I could roll another die as a multiplier. But I'm just going to roll one die and we'll see how it goes. So I'm going to bring over the dice tower, and I'm going to uncap the pen. And I am left-handed, but I think for crossing numbers out, it should be okay to use my right hand. So let's see how it goes. All right, so the 4. No more 4s. A 3. No more 3s or 4s. Come on, 6. Nope, 4. So I'm done. So I've got $11, $12, $13, $14. So $14 is a pretty good amount. I think I'm going to play this the low budget way. I'm going to add the 1 and the 4, and I'm going to save $5. If I were playing all of these together, almost certainly that's what I would do. Otherwise, it would get pretty expensive. Okay, so we'll take that out. I'm going to save $5 into envelope number 4 for Dicetropolis, and then we'll bring out the D12 and we'll see where we're going next. Oops, it's right there and I skipped over it. It's D4. We'll put Dicetropolis away, although who knows, may come right back to it. We'll see. Okay, D12, be good to me. And we've got number 2. So, behind number 2 we have left, center, right. Okay, left, center, right is a different sort of game where I have adapted it. It is meant to be played with multiple players, but I've made it into my own for a savings challenge game. And in this one, it comes with a packet of tokens and 3 specialty dice. Some folks left comments on the last video that they liked how I had adapted this, so it is not an expensive game. You can find it at most game stores. I'm sure it's available on Amazon as well. So what I do is, these are the pot, and I start with 3 in front of me, and I roll these I roll these 3 dice, specialty dice, and I'm just going to roll them on the mat. And I will move tokens depending on where it tells me, and I may even get more tokens out of the pot. In fact, I probably will, but let's see. Okay, so this circle symbol means I take 2 more out of the pot, and 1 goes to the right, so I'm just making a pile to the right. And I'm going to keep going until I run out of tokens in front of me or until one of the piles has 10 tokens in it. Okay, so we've got left, right, and center. So left, right, and center. That leaves me only one left. Roll them one more time. And I'm taking one out of the pot for this one, and I'm putting one to the left and one to the right. So the right has the most, so I'm saving $3 for this challenge. I played this last week when I played all of the challenges. The first time I think I saved $2, so I played it again, and it just kept going and going and going. And I like that kind of volatility. You might have a really quick game, or you might end up with a whole bunch of big piles, and you end up saving $10. So you never know. All right, so this is envelope number 2, and we're saving $3. I took out a bunch of ones because I figured I was going to need them, but then all of the things that I'm scratching off are 10s and 5s, and so I may end up with a ton of ones in here that I'll have to consolidate later. Okay, so I'm not going to put this all the way away. I'm just going to tuck these back in here, and then we'll roll the D12 again and see where it takes us next. Actually, maybe want to roll that die before I put everything away in case it comes up a 2 again. But it didn't. It came up a 5. And 5 is going to be a scratch-off challenge. It is a double-sided one. It is one that I give away to folks who order at least $75 worth of physical products in my store, in my Etsy shop. While supplies last. Oh, I take it back. 5 is 2025. So 2025 is free. It is a freebie, but it goes to anyone who orders any physical product in my shop while supplies last. The others are Elephantastic and Utterly Fabulous. Those go to $75 orders or more. So 2025, I am going to get out a marker, and I am probably going to have to dig into the ones on this. And I'm just going to color it in. I am not the best at coloring here or anywhere ever. It's just never been my forte. One of the reasons why I made this one with a dark background is so that if I colored outside the lines, it wouldn't show up as bad. And that's also why I picked such a colorful background image. This one, you could use a dry erase marker or even a wet erase marker and do it again. But for how long it would take to fill this in, you'd probably end up with a whole lot of it rubbing off or wiping off and a big old mess. So I'm just using a alcohol-based permanent marker, a Sharpie. Okay, so $20 for this one, and let's see here. 5 to, oh, I do have enough 5s. Okay, so $20, and this is another one that I'm only going to do once a week just because it's $20 a pop. And I want to make sure that some of the other challenges have a chance to get played. So envelope number 5, we'll put the challenge back in. And you know what, instead of, because I'm just going to have to consolidate these later, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these 5s back. Oh, and I had another 10 too. Huh. Okay. So I'm just going to take out a 20. There we go. So we'll put that in there. Okay, back to the D12, and let's see where it takes us next. And number 11 again. And number 11 is the 12 Days of Christmas. I'm actually not going to bring out the binder yet. I will just bring these out. Let's see which one we're going to scratch. Number 1. Okay, so this is the only time that we get to scratch this. And number 1 will save us $10, of course. Okay, well, at least I found that 10, so we know we can afford it. It had gotten pushed up, so I didn't see that it was there. So, okay, $10. And it's going into number 11, the 12 Days of Christmas. And we are moving on. Number 11 again. I'm going to re-roll, just because 11's got got picked twice. Number 4, that's Dicetropolis. Okay. So we're back to Dicetropolis, and we'll see which game we play this time. Oops, let me tuck these back in here. I'm going to roll up the D12 again, and we'll see where it sends us. Send us to number 3 this time. Okay, so number 3 is doubles. In this game, in this game, the instructions say to roll 3d6 dice. The object is to get 2 of each number in sequence. For example, you must roll 2 1s before you can attempt the 2 2s, and you must roll 2 2s before you can attempt 2 3s, and so on. If you manage to roll 1 of the number in play, you can reserve that die and roll the remaining 2 dice. For each dice value, write the number of rolls it takes to get a pair. Once you have rolled 2 6s, add up the total rolls you made for all dice values and save that amount. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense. If it didn't, watch me play, and then hopefully it will make more sense as we go along. I did put out a video when I released Dicetropolis to my Etsy shop that explained how to play all 12 games. So if you're interested in seeing how all 12 Dicetropolis games are played, I'll try to remember to leave the link to that down in the description below. So here we go. Actually, instead of using the tower, I'm just going to roll these on the mat. Because I'm going to try to do this pretty quick here. So, oops, only got 2 dice. So here we go, 3 dice. Okay, so that's roll number 1, and I got 1 of them, so I'm going to reserve that. Roll number 2, nope. Roll number 3, nope. Roll number 4, yes. Okay, so that one took 4 rolls. So I'm going to get the trusty dry erase marker, 4. Now we're on 2s. So in a way, it's sort of like bunco, and we didn't get any 2s. That's roll number 1. Roll number 2, we got 1 2. Roll number 3, there's the other 2. Okay, so that took 3 rolls. Now we're looking for 3s rather. No 3s. That was roll 1. Roll number 2, 1 3. Roll number 3. Nope. Roll 4. Nope. Roll 5. No. Roll 6. Nope. Roll 7. Nope. Roll 8. Nope. Roll number 9. Nope. And roll number 10. No. So I decide that I'm going to cap this out at 10. So I'm going to write in 10, and I'm going to move on to the next number, which is number 4. There's 1 4. Roll number 2. And there's my other 4. So there we go. Now rolling for 5s. There's 1 5. Roll number 2. Nope. Roll 3. Nope. Roll 4. There we go. So 4 for that one. And now we're just looking for the 6s. Roll number 1. Nope. Nothing. Roll 2. Nope. Roll 3. Nope. Roll 4. There's 1. Roll number 5. Nope. Roll 6. Nope. 7. There we go. Lucky number 7 for that one. All right, so now it's time to add them up. So we've got 10, 20, and 4 plus 4 plus 2 is another 10, so that's 30. So I'm going to do the same thing I did before. I'm going to do it the low budget way, and I am going to save $3. I'm going to add the 3 and the 0 for a total of $3. So we'll put these over to the side. I'll take out $3. I'll bring back the envelopes here, or the binder. We'll find Dicetropolis, which is number 4. And we'll put $3 in. And I think I'm just going to leave Dicetropolis out, and we will bring back the D12 and see where we go to next. Number 9. Okay. Number 9 in the binder is... That's Quicks. Yahtzee. Okay, so we're rolling more dice. The last time I played this, I did the upper division, and I think I'm going to do the same thing again. I could do the lower. You know what? On second thought, I am going to do the lower, just because. Why not? So again, I play this a little bit differently than I would if I were playing against somebody in Yahtzee, and I do need a pen, so let me get that out. And because I'm only playing for the bottom, I'm really going for, essentially a Yahtzee, and we'll just see how they roll. But I'm not going to, because I'm not doing the upper part of it, I'm not so much concerned about which number I'm going for. I'm just trying to avoid a scratch, really. So let's see how we do here. All right, so I've got 2 5s and 2 2s. So I'm going to keep those 5s, and I'm going to go for either Yahtzee or at least 4 of a kind. Let's see. 2 6s. I'm going to swap those. And I got a full house. So I'm going to take the full house, which is 25 points, and we'll roll them again, and we'll see what we get next time. Okay, a couple of 5s again, so we'll keep those. Another 5. One more would be great. Nope, but I got 3 of a kind. 15 plus 5 is 20 for 3 of a kind. That'll work. Eventually, I'm going to have to work on those straights. Sometimes those are harder to get than the Yahtzees. Okay, got a couple of 3s. Not really much working for a straight here, so we'll keep the 3s. Come on, more 3s. Oops, over the edge. Okay, one more 3 to save that 4 of a kind from a scratch. And I didn't get it. So, oops, that was a 2. That was a 2. So I'm going to take the chance on this. So 9, 10, 11, 16. Roll them again. 3 4s is great. Come on, 4. One more 4. No, another full house. I'm going to scratch Yahtzee. And now I'm just going for the 4 of a kind or the straights. So let's see what we get here. 1, 2, 4, 5. I'm going to go for the straight. I'm going to try for a large straight. Let's see if we can get it. 2 and a 2. So we didn't get the large straight. I'm just going to scratch it. So now we need a small straight and a 4 of a kind. 3s, not really much working for a straight. We're going to try the 3s again. Another 3. One more 3 to save that 4 of a kind. Nope. So I am going to scratch the 4 of a kind, and we're going to try here for a large straight. Huh. Oh, goodness. Or a small straight, rather. Well, I'm going to need a 4 regardless, so I'm going to keep the 4, roll everything else. 3, 4. I'm going to roll. 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so I got there. So 30. All right, so 30, 50, 75 plus 16 is 91. 9 plus 1 is 10. So I'm going to save 10 bucks. I'll put that in the Yahtzee envelope. Running low on cash here. 5, so I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, $6 left. We'll see how long that lasts. Probably not long. Next game will probably be the last. Yahtzee is number 9. So I'm going to take this along with it and the cash. We'll find the envelope. Opened up right to it just about. That goes in there. And time for the last probably roll of the D12. And we've got number 8. Number 8 is Quicks. Quicks is similar to Shut the Box. It is yet another dice game. It is one of my favorites, and this is another one that I have adapted so that it is similar to how it's played, but not exactly. So I am going to pick out now the yellow die out of the Quicks dice set, along with the 2 white dice, like so. And I am combining the yellow die with either of the white dice to make the roll. And if I re-roll the same number, it is game over. So this can get expensive. Let's see what we do here. So we've got 4 and we've got 8. 4 is gone, 8 is gone, and I'm also allowing myself to combine the 2 white dice, and I'm going to do that. Actually, I'm not, because that's 7. I could roll that again. I just have to make one good roll in order to stay alive. So 6, so great. So I get to knock off the 12, and I get to knock off the 10. That was a fantastic roll. Okay, so 7, 3. I'm going to knock off the 3. I'm going to keep that 7 open just because I'm nervous. And I'm glad I did, because I'm going to take the 6. I'm going to leave the 7. So I've got the 2, the 5, the 7, the 9, and the 11. So 5 is good roll. So now I've got the 2, the 7, the 9, and the 11. 3, 6, and 7. So I'm going to take the 7. Glad I saved it. So I've got 2, 9, and 11 left. 6, 8, and 10. Okay, so that leaves me with 2, 9, and 11, which is 22. I'm going to add those two together, and we're going to save $4. And I actually get to play one more time. I will probably end up taking out more money, but that is perfectly fine. I'm going to go into the quicks envelope here. Number 8. There we go. We'll stick that $4 in there. We'll stick the card back in there. Move the dice out of the way, and we'll roll that D12 one last time. Here we go. Number 12. That is Millennial Loteria. Already played it. Number 8. Okay, so we're right back to quicks. So this time, I am going to be playing with the green die. Take this back out. Close that. Grab the green dice out of, or the green die rather, out of here. Put away the yellow one. And let's see what the green does. Green is my favorite color, and let's hope it's lucky. Okay, so we've got trip 3s right off the bat, so the only thing we can make is a 6. Oh, great, we get the 2 out of there. And yeah, there's nothing else I can do. So we'll get the 2 out. Great, 12, that's the other end of the spectrum, and I'm going to take the 9 as well. Okay, 6 again, or 8, so we'll take the 8. A lot of 3s and 6s. Okay, so we've got 5, 8, and 7, so I'm going to take 8. Oh, I already took 8. I'll do 5. Leave that 7 open. 5 and 8, and we're done. Okay. So we've got 11 plus 10 plus 7 plus 4 plus 3. So 7 plus 3 is 10, 20, 31, 35. 21, 28 plus 7 is 35. Yep. So 35, 3 plus 5 is 8. So I am going to have to take out $6 more. 5 and 6 to make 8. I'm just going to write a note to myself that this week's games were 106, and I will put that in my budget overview sheet. That is Games Monday. Okay, so that's for the budget binder. I'm going to stick this in the envelope along with the scorecard. And then that's going to wrap up the games for one more week. I hope that you enjoyed it. I know I had a lot of fun. I am really enjoying using different games to save for my financial future, for the goals that I'm working on. Putting money toward savings goals or long-term stockpiles or sinking funds can be a real grind. And it can feel like you're not getting anywhere until one day you wake up and you realize that the goal is within sight. Or you've been amassing money for so long that it just becomes a habit and it's not fun anymore, but your balances do grow. I figure this is the best way to get the best of both worlds. So it's fun and the amount of money that I'm saving is really accumulating fast. Again, I hope you enjoyed this week's Ready Budget Game. The games that I make that we played today are available in my Etsy shop, link down in the description. If you enjoyed the content, please hit the like button, leave me a comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching, and until I see you again next time, take care.